Hello, welcome to Greenwood Bonsai Studio here today. And we're going to do an update video, a catch-up video on this Japanese maple Acer Martin. There's a link in the top corner now of this video when we first styled this tree. It was about three and a half months ago. And it was a field grown tree in like a bread crate. It was growing in, been dug out the field, put into a crate. And in that video, it's quite a drastic video. Some of you said it was quite a drastic thing that we did. We trimmed it quite hard back. We took it out of the pot. We combed the roots out. We repotted it into this bonsai pot, and we did a little bit of carving on it as well. If you haven't watched back of that video, you'll see it in its entirety what we did. So fast forward 3.5 months. We did say that we'd show you this tree in future, and here it is. And as you can see, it's just gone absolutely crazy. We put a little bit of food on it, a little bit of Naruko food. We haven't done anything else to the tree, as you can see. It has just been let to grow. So all that work we did, it's just growing, growing almost too much. So now we need to give it a trim back, get it back into the shape that it was before. So all this long extension growth here on a Japanese maple, the leaves grow in pairs. So here you've got a shoot coming out. There's a pair of leaves here, look, and there's another pair here, another pair here. So we're going to be taking these back to the first pair, or even back a little bit further. So we're going to first start chasing this growth back in like this, back to the first pair of leaves. So we're just building upon the structure that we put in place when I first trimmed this tree just a few months ago now. Just work our way around. We'll trim back this top, and then I'll be able to lift it up on the trolley a little bit and trim back some more. Let's take this back to this first pair here. Very robust growth. This has been, I think when we first did this, we just popped it into a unheated greenhouse just to keep it out the weather and the winds, give it a bit of a boost, and it hasn't really looked back. We've had quite a few of these trees in stock, maybe 30 or 40 of them, and we did the same sort of procedure to all of them, and they've all responded ever so well. So we thought we'd show you the ongoing development of it. It probably in future won't be allowed to grow this wild. We just let it sort of grow wild initially now, and we'll keep a bit more of a better control over it. At the moment here in the UK, we had a sort of recent hot spell a couple of weeks ago, and now we've just got sort of forecast to have 2 to 3 weeks of sort of torrential rain most days. So because we've had warm weather followed by a lot of rain, generally speaking, trees and also weeds are growing like crazy at the moment. So it's a lot of our trees out on the benches are at a sort of midsummer stage where they've got a lot of extension growth on and they want pruning back. So that's the job of the week at the moment. In between the rain spells we're getting, is trimming all this growth back, and a lot of it's just sort of come out of nowhere. It's just put growth on really quickly. So just work our way around this side here, taking these back. Strong growth just here on the front. Just nip these back like this, and then we'll lift it up. Just lift it up on the trolley a bit so we can get to it a bit more like this. You might remember with this tree, if you watched the first video, we took a heavy root off at the base here, and that started to callus in quite well. Let me just trim a little bit more of this off, and then you'll be able to have a look and see. We'll take off a few of these larger leaves that we don't need as well. It's just ready for watering actually. It's a little bit dry, but here we took that root off. and that's already started to callus in at the top quite well. We did some carving high up the tree as well at the apex where it was a little bit lumpy. We took some growth off. We're just about past the time for defoliation and leaf cutting maples here in the UK now. It's a little bit late to do that, so we're not going to bother with this one. We're going to let it keep this selection of leaves for now. They're in quite good order, so it's just a matter of cutting this long growth back. Surprising the growth you can get on these with a bit of, you know, good feeding, watering regime. This is most likely to calm down a little bit next year. I mean, this year it's gone a bit berserk. Has put some quite large leaves out in this upper section. I think to make it look a little bit better, we can trim off a few of these larger ones. Just selectively take a few off. Quite a long petiole on these as well, so just a few that are a little bit long we can just reduce back. There's a couple of twigs just crossing over in this upper section of the tree, but very pleased with how this has responded to that work, as this whole batch of trees did. You know, many of them have gone on to find new homes. We sold quite a few here at the nursery and on the website, so they're nice chunky field maples. And another few months they'll be looking quite colourful as they start to get into autumn colour. You know, this year's flown by. It won't be long before these are going all yellow and orange and red, and we get some nice autumn tones to them. So just a quick little tidy up just to show you how it's progressed from the bushy tree it was initially to where we are now with it.